Hello again, Internet. How are you doing today? Welcome to another episode of Renegades React. Today we are going to be looking at some cinema sins. This is everything wrong with Toy Story in 10 minutes or less. Mom, by the way, this is my mother, for those of you who are not initiated.
Yes.
And, Mom, this movie holds a very special place in my heart. It was the first CG film I'd ever seen. And, yeah, I loved this movie when I was a kid.
I still love this movie.
Oh, I still do too. You remember what my, you got me the Woody doll, the Woody toy, the cowboy. Now, the Buzz, actually, that's one thing that I was really excited about because I didn't get it. And then, this is back when, back during Christmas. And when I woke up Christmas morning, I rushed in there before Ashley. And I saw Woody and I saw Buzz standing there on top of all the presents, just standing there, just like looking awesome. And it was just like, I don't know was it you that did that or was it?
I think
it was a long time ago.
I think it was Santa Claus or
something.
Gosh.
Yeah, so it was really cool to come in and see that, and it was Toy Story. Really holds a special place in my heart. Toy Story 2. Pretty much all the movies I think are really good.
I do too.
And from what I hear, from what they're wanting to do with Toy Story 4, I cannot wait to see it. I
didn't even know they were doing one.
Yeah, they're doing another one. And from what I hear, the story that they've got is going to be awesome. And can't wait to see what they're going to do. They've never made a bad one so far.
Not yet.
So far as I've seen. But anyway, that's enough of that. What do you say we start reacting to this?
Let's do it.
Okay. Promise you won't get too mad. This is them tearing apart Toy Story. No promises.
You got a friend in me. You got
47 seconds of logos. Backwards N, school spelled with a K. How old is Andy supposed to be in this movie again? Because unless it's 6, he should know better. Either that or he made all these box buildings as a 6-year-old and is still playing with them years later, which is just sad.
I brought my attack dog with a built-in force field. Well, I brought my dinosaur who eats force field dogs.
Children's imaginations. Computer animation baby collects another soul if you look it directly in the eyes. Also, in this giant-ass 2-story house with only one adult, why the hell does Andy have to share a bedroom with the baby sister? Does Mom have, 3 separate crafting rooms? Andy is addicted to Woody. His household has a Super Nintendo system, but apparently no games to play with it. Also, Andy has a Super Nintendo, but would still rather play with Woody dolls. Probably because of the lack of games, I'm guessing.
See you later, Woody.
Unlike most kids, Andy actually closes the door to his room. And good thing, too, or else the toys would have to wait until no one was in the house to come to life.
Pull my string. The birthday party's today?
With the sheer number of toys strewn around this house and Woody's apparent wealth of logic and street smarts, there is no way he would get the date of the birthday party wrong. Overly dexterous plastic pig not only tosses coin in the air without opposable thumbs, but also lands it perfectly straight up so it goes into his piggy bank slot.
I'm Picasso!
I don't get it.
You uncultured swine!
How did Mr. Potato Head even know Picasso's work to make the joke in the first place? Either Slink has all these checker pieces set up on the wrong color, or else, and I really hesitate to say this, but I may have been playing checkers wrong my whole life. Do the pieces not go on the black squares? Sorry, John Lasseter, no one is reading a supposed 200-page book concerning your 1988 Oscar-winning short Tin Toy. Nice try, animators.
What do you say I get someone else to watch the sheep tonight?
Scene does not contain a cartoon lap dance. Also, the idea of toys having sex, they're still plastic, right? It opens up so many questions about lubricants and chafing and whether these toys were built anatomically correct. I forgot I was watching a kid's movie.
Everybody hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you, and possibly Andy and his mom can hear you too. And everybody outside that open window as well. A minute ago, Woody needed the speaker to move away so there wouldn't be feedback. Now he can stand as close as he wants.
Take a look at all those presents.
I can't see a thing!
What if Andy were to walk in the bedroom right now, huh? Do you people have any idea the emotional scarring you'd cause if he saw all this? Woody doesn't order the soldiers out to do recon for another 45 seconds or so they literally have no way to know if Andy's approaching, but they're still way out of position. None of the neighbors see this stuff. Am I the only person in America who spies on his neighbors? Wait, his totally solid plastic binoculars actually work?
It's a board game. Repeat, battleship.
Geez, if not for the surprise Buzz Lightyear later, Andy's gifts would be proof that he's unloved. These toys open the closet door without using the handle.
Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Come in, Star Command.
Do all toys start out thinking they're real, or is Buzz unique in that regard? Did all the other toys have a similar coming to grips with it experience?
I found my moving buddy.
What a whore. Buzz is in the typical I'm a toy pose here, but how did a deluded toy such as himself ever learn to do this? How did he know not to say anything to humans when he really thought for a fact that he was a space ranger?
Some strange things are...
You know what? Bravo for simulating the passage of time with the shadows. That just blows my mind. This is a hilarious moment when Buzz thinks he's going to die, but you're telling me this is the first time since his arrival that his helmet has come off? Andy has had enough time to change his posters and linens and ditch Woody for a new favorite toy, but he hasn't pressed all the buttons yet? A real little boy pushed all those buttons back as soon as the gift was open. Every single piece of exploded combat Carl debris flies straight at our main characters, instead of any of the other directions in the 360-degree spectrum that it could have flown. Somehow this nudge from the car knocks all these tacks out of the corkboard. I see Buzz Lightyear went to the Prometheus school running away from things. Buzz Wilhelm.
Hey, I'll be right down.
This is why this toys come to life while humans are gone thing would never work. They got bailed out here only because Andy yelled down to his mom. Wide open window is still left wide open when family leaves for Pizza Planet. I'm assuming they're going to Pizza Planet at a decent hour, but they go to a filling station that is practically deserted and a surrounding town that looks totally deserted.
Can I help pump the gas?
Sure, I'll even let you drive.
Also, Andy always closes his door at home, but he leaves the van's door wide open while they pump the gas and presumably go into the store, allowing not only Buzz and Woody to exit, but for any hobo to sneak into the van. Also, it took like 5 seconds for Andy's mom to put the nozzle in the gas tank, start fueling, and completely leave the gas pumps so that Woody and Buzz could have their fight and no one could see it. Okay, not to be an asshole or anything, but once you're out of the view of the driver, you don't need to sit still, do you?
You are a toy!
Woody and Buzz argue loudly so that any truck driver could hear. Luckily, no one does. Conveniently, the Chuck E. Cheese-like Pizza Planet also delivers, and just happens to drive to this abandoned gas station where I heard a guy got murdered that one time. Monstrous stack of pizzas allows Buzz the perfect cover. Also, isn't this plan totally over once he grabs the pizzas and delivers them to whomever? He's gonna see him when he takes the pizzas or when he comes back, right? Pizza delivery guy leaves his pizza sleeves in the truck to keep Buzz's plan working. Pizza Planet serves a 128-ounce mega gulp. Also, burgers. Buzz and Woody demonstrate they can somehow see out of these containers by freezing in position well before the kids run by. Then demonstrate they can't see out of the containers by running into each other. Sid just happens to be at the Pizza Planet because evil always lurks at pizza-themed restaurants.
I go on to a better place.
Sid puts 1 quarter in and gets a prize on the first pull. This claw works unlike any other in the history of the prize machine universe.
This is true.
Sid doesn't win this one.
I've
There's no
never
way.
gotten anything.
Evil character has at least one
I
light source
won
that
like
is a single
once or
bulb
twice, but
swinging
I've
free
only
from a
like
chain cliche.
$3.
Here's where Buzz finally learns that he's just a toy, but one thing is off about this. It's this room. The adult sleeping in the recliner is obviously into hunting, with the duck wallpaper and the deer head mounted on the wall. There are cans strewn about that say cola and root beer, but we should take these to suggest alcohol, not soft drinks. There's a wrench used to turn on the power of the TV, and a coat hanger used as an antenna. A forlorn guitar propped up against it. It's a poor family, possibly a failed musician. What program is this down in the dumps adult watching where a Buzz Lightyear commercial targeted at kids would be playing? The string of Christmas lights that Woody was hiding in have disappeared in this shot and magically reappear in this shot. How would you even begin to get back into position and put this away in time if someone walked into the room right now? Woody's been gone for like not even a day yet and everything falls apart.
Catch this!
That would be an impossible throw for a human to make. Even Dude Perfect would need like 20 or 30 takes.
But they're cannibals. We saw them eat those other toys.
That's great, but how does Sid explain this to himself when he sees the magically fixed toys? It sure wasn't his parents that did it. Can you fall asleep and stay asleep while still holding something like this hat? Yeah. Wouldn't it drop to the floor the moment you started to drip off?
Yeah.
Okay, movie, you cheated. Just 15 seconds ago, Buzz couldn't even look at his foot without making the standard noises that accompany the movement of hard plastic toy action figures. But then so we can have a little Woody surprise, Buzz is suddenly able to stand up and walk away and climb up on top of the crate without making a single sound, with a heavy-ass rocket taped to his back. Sid's alarm clock goes off at 7 a.m., which he set the previous night at 8:25. That means it took roughly 11 hours for Woody to start asking Buzz to help while he was under the crate. What the hell was he doing before then? Toys don't need to sleep.
Okay, let's move!
Either Sid is taking way too long to launch his firecracker Buzz, or these misfit toys and Woody put together a fairly elaborate plan way too f***ing quickly. Sid's sister heard the doorbell, but not the skateboard full of toys going down the stairs.
2, 1!
Reach for the sky.
Woody waits much longer than he needs to in order to distract Sid. I mean, that fuse is practically lit already. Wind-up Frog comes out of the mud completely clean. I'm okay with talking sentient toys in a movie. I really am. But I'm not okay with talking sentient toys that can run fast enough to catch up to a truck moving at even the slowest speed. Toys' plastic fingers have a stronger grip than a dog's jaws. In other words, Woody is puppy chow. Andy's family moved without sealing their boxes. Well, thank goodness for that conveniently timed and extremely long red light. This is cute and all, but you can clearly see that while Woody is being spun, he only has the accelerator pressed on the controller, and nothing is touching the steering wheel portion, so RC should not be spinning in circles right now. Also, RC is a talking sentient toy like the rest of them. There are times in this movie where he freely moves of his own will, so how does this work? Does the remote control supersede RC's own will as a thinking toy? Why doesn't the remote controller have its own separate sentient personality? There's a jump button on that controller, too. This guy in the blue car must be flipping out, seeing a remote control car driving 2 other toys toward a moving van with a bunch of other toys cheering them in the back. Whoever's driving this truck doesn't notice this shit.
That's true.
The sparks.
Ah, Disney. Didn't we get enough of that song the year before this came out? I'm sorry, Slink, but in my experience with your sort of toy, you're basically worthless forever now. You'd make a decent instrument for strangulation or accidental maiming of oneself, and that's about it.
The rocket! The match!
Wow, that match never fell out during all that. Hell, I'm kind of surprised the rocket didn't fall off, but the match? That thing is long gone. And don't get me started on Woody's hat, either. What? This is where I stop and ask you to ponder one thing. If Sid had never tortured Woody, then Woody and Buzz would never be able to put this plan together and be returned to Andy, which means the movie's sort of saying torture is a necessary evil, and I'm okay with that. And I am not okay with that. The street was dead empty for, like, forever just a second ago.
Hey, wow!
Andy asks no questions why the 2 toys he was looking for suddenly show up in a box right next to him.
Let's go home and play.
Jeez.
Okay, that was good.
That was good. They pointed out a lot of inadequacies, but at the same time, it's a kids movie. And
Code red, repeat.
Oh.
Did you order the code red?
You're goddamn right I did!
What's that button do?
I'll show you.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Galaxy.
I did a Peter Pan right here off of this dam, right here.
The fugitive.
Rockets explode!
It's like flying with a dead elephant on our back.
Flight guidance, we're getting awfully close to center here.
Aquarius, watch that middle gimbal. We don't want you tumbling off in space.
We're flunkies and well aware of the goddamn gimbals.
I don't like confrontations!
You little scumbag! I got your name! I got your ass! You will not laugh! You will not cry! You will learn by the numbers. I will teach you!
What do you say I get someone else to watch the sheep tonight?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I'm dizzy.
Wait, that's Forrest Gump. That's Jenny's dorm room scene. Oh, that's bad. Oh boy.
Okay, I want to start off by saying all those things were true, but
yeah. Most of them.
Well,
some
at
of them
least the movies now. Okay, as opposed to when your sister was little, and nothing against Sleeping Beauty, but I had to sit through that over and over and over.
What, Ashley killed for Sleeping Beauty?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh
and
my
I
God.
accidentally erased it because I had it recorded from the Disney Channel, and I accidentally erased it. But the good thing about movies like this is they put those hidden adult innuendos that children don't get, so the parents don't get bored out of their gourd while you're sitting there with your kids.
This is true.
This is true.
You see, adult innuendos that are snuck in so slyly like that.
Yeah, because kids don't have a clue what.
No, kids don't. But at the same time, when kids get older, they get it, and it gives them another reason to watch it. It's appealing to both children and adults.
That's what they've started doing, and I like it so much.
I do too. I do too. And I was gonna say certain shows did that before, like Animaniacs. Animaniacs, because they had a lot of stuff in there that watching as a kid I didn't get. Going back, I was like, Jesus, how did they get away with some of that?
I know, but it's because children are so innocent.
Well, it's just
have no clue.
Here's the one that got me. It was an Animaniacs episode, and it was a whodunit episode. One of the characters dressed up like Sherlock Holmes, had the hat on and everything, in a magnifying glass, and told his younger sister. It was Yakko. Yakko told Dot. He said, we have to get fingerprints. We have to find. Actually, he said we have to find. We have to find prints. We have to find prints And she said, and he starts looking, and she's like, I found Prince. And she comes back and she's literally carrying Prince. The musician.
I love that.
And here's another thing too. And it goes one step further. And then all of a sudden, Yakko goes, no, fingerprints. And then Dot looks up at Prince. Prince looks down at her and smiles. And Dot's like, I don't wanna, and throws him out the window.
Oh. I know. I love stuff like that.
I didn't get it when I was a kid. And then I got older. I was like, how did they get away with that? They were so sly with that. Holy mackerel.
Very.
Oh, boy.
But you know what? I have to admit, when you just said that, I was like, went right over my head. And then after a minute, I thought, oh, okay.
So sometimes it takes a moment for it to sink in. It did me as well when I first saw it. When I first went back and rewatched it, it was Doug Walker who pointed it out. I went back and I rewatched it, and he's like, "This is the top 11 most offensive Animaniacs moments that got past the censors," and that was number 1. And I was just like, "Whoa!" At first, I was like, "Fingerprint."
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't get it at first, but.
Another one was there was a teacher who was teaching them how to like read and write and everything, and she goes, Yakko, can you conjugate? And he's like, me? I've never even kissed a girl.
That's pretty good.
And then she goes, no, allow me to conjugate with you. And he looks at the camera and goes, good night, everybody. And then another one right after that was she reached into her blouse and pulled out a marker, and he goes, ooh, what else you got in there?
See, there's stuff like that. I think it's watching as an adult. That's the reason it's funny.
Yeah, and more shows are getting like that now, and I like it. I like the fact that they aren't going too far with it like some shows, but overall it's oriented for everyone. Adults will get stuff, and it's not something the kids are going to get immediately, but they'll get it later on. And
well, I like this how that they pointed all that stuff out because it makes me want to start paying attention now to see if I can find some things in some of these movies.
I started doing that too, and admittedly, I did that with the movie I just saw, the new Star Wars movie. And as much as I love the new Star Wars movie, I mean, honestly,
I've not seen it yet.
I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but as much as I love that film, I think it's probably the best one since Empire. I'd say Empire that Strikes Back. Because for me, the list goes the original Star Wars, Empire, and now this one, and then Return of the Jedi, and then the prequel trilogy just is like down here underneath a layer of crap, but called Jar Jar. But yeah, Toy Story, I love all 3 of them, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do with the 4th one. I was going to say Toy Story 3. There was one scene in Toy Story 3. You remember? I
will when you mention it. I'm kind of old, and it's kind of
where they're in the trash incinerator, where they're in the.
I remember, but I don't know what they said.
Well, no, it was right at the end, and they were all trying to climb out, and they weren't getting anywhere. And it was a really sad scene because they were getting closer and closer to the incinerator flame in the middle. And, it's all the toys. It's Rex. It's Slinky. It's Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. It's Jessie. It's Bullseye. It's Buzz and Woody. And they all look at each other, and they all hold hands as they go towards the flame. And all of a sudden, and I was like, no, not like this. No, it can't end like this. And then the aliens reach down with the trash compactor claw and pull it out, and it's like right when they get to the top, the claw.
I love that.
It was like perfect. I was like, yes, they couldn't have done that any better. And the whole scene at the end, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, the scene at the end where Andy plays with the toys one last time. I never did that with my toys. I just threw them away. I did that. I played with my toys one last time before I got rid of them. That last hurrah. All the good memories with it. And it's just like I remember the one that bash street hockey thing. The one with the spinning guys with the steel ball that you had to knock around and all that, and you could actually check people and disable their spinner for a little bit. I loved doing that. I loved that, and that was so much fun. But I remember 2 of the things broke in it, and you couldn't play the game anymore fairly. And I remember I went up there one more time and I played with it and just spun the stuff around and like heard all the noises and the sounds that it made and everything, and saw the effort that was put into it, and it was awesome. And then you all sold it.
Hey, I started to say it had to be broken because don't let him kid you. There are numerous Rubbermaid containers full of his toys.
Oh no! Oh, back here? No, I like the valuable stuff and the stuff that's
well, you
still.
didn't know it was valuable.
No, not back then.
Oh, wait a minute.
Not
all
back
of it's
then.
not valuable.
No. A lot of it isn't valuable, but overall, yeah, that's. And you see, I did play with my toys one last time, and that was one of them, and it was broken, and that's the reason why we.
You know,
we got
when
rid
I was
of it.
little, we didn't have toys.
No, you had lawn darts and wood burning kits.
No, I didn't do wood burning. Badminton. I don't know.
Oh, badminton. Jeez.
No, I don't know. I didn't play with Barbies.
Oh, you didn't?
I was a tomboy.
Oh well, goes to show you, I guess.
I guess.
All right. Well, everybody, we would like to thank you for tuning into this with this little stroll down memory lane. We hope you have enjoyed what you've seen here, and well,
thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, she's filling in right now.
He's only using me because he's desperate.
Oh, shut up. Yeah.
Everybody's busy with their Christmas work schedules.
It's the holidays, and I can't ask the guys to be here against their will.
Well, I mean, they got to work.
Yeah, they got to work, and they got their family stuff, and so I'm stuck with her.
Hey.
Hey, you're the one who brought it up.
Yeah, but
there.
You're not supposed to agree with me.
Okay. But yeah, I'm glad to have her here with me. She's bailed my ass out of a jam here.
Well,
and,
you know what's
you all should be thankful to her too, because if it weren't for her, you all wouldn't be having some Renegades react right now.
You would have a Renegade react.
No, you'd have nothing, because by myself, I am horrible. I may do some vlog stuff here in the future, like on different stuff, but when it comes to reacting to stuff, I'm about as boring as whale shit. I'm as boring as watching paint dry.
Whale shit. That's pretty boring.
Yeah. So anyway, that's gonna do it, guys. We appreciate you all for tuning in. See you later. Peace out.